Quick background story before we get into anything. A few months ago, multiple community members have asked for question and answers. Now, after I finish my forklift license and other shenanigans all around life, we're finally at the point where I have the time and possibility on doing a long requested Q&A. And boy oh boy have you delivered! We got an overall amount of 69 questions that are going to be answered within this video. In the meanwhile, there will be a gameplay of hot dogs, sausages and hand grenades in the background whilst I display your questions and do the obvious, answer accordingly. The questions you have asked have been mixed, and again mixed throughout, so that the questions in the Discord are not going a straight line from top to the bottom. And we will be taking our time to answer them. Sometimes I will be going into detail, other times a simplistic answer seems reasonable. So if you have questions after this Q&A, make sure you post it within our Discord in the question and answer section. As likely, an answer will open yet another connected question within. The link to our Discord will be within the description for newcomers to our community. Also note that the video took a lot of work. It'll mean the world to me if you could hit that like button, and if you're new around here and went straight for my Q&A, then consider subscribing to join along within our future games. Yet, with all gaggling done, let's hop right into the show.
Who told you about Minecraft, or how did you find it?
Interestingly enough, I heard about Minecraft a very long time ago. However, I didn't really make the big fuss about it, as I didn't think that it would be a possible enjoyment for me. This, mind you, was roughly within 2013 to 2014, while I was mostly within the Garry's Mod community. A few years after, the community unfortunately has shut down. Osarium, who is also a member of our community, has asked me whether I have Minecraft or not, to which I obviously told him that I don't, which then resulted into my stubborn friend to convince me to give it a shot. I did, and quite genuine, I already enjoyed it the moment we established our first house and I got to learn the base of the game.
How do you cure boredom?
When I'm bored myself, I mostly tend to play a game I haven't played for a while or at all. Sometimes I look around my Steam library and find a game I used to grind out a lot. But then there were other days where I've just gone for a game that I've never played in the first place. Try out something new.
For how long have you been playing Skyblock?
The first ever time I put hands on hypixel Skyblock was on the 29th of June 2021, to be exactly on the date. However, back then I wouldn't really have considered that it brings so much joy to me. So after an emergency stream that we had to do, which was supposed to be actually a Dark Souls stream, which didn't really become one because the game kept on always crashing, we had to wing a Skyblock stream, which to the point I really started enjoying Skyblock. To come back to the question, to put it on the exact date of me enjoying and actively playing Skyblock brings us to the 9th of August 2021.
On average, how long does it take to make a video?
The average. Now, my returning question is how long the video takes that we're talking about. A 5-minute video that per se is a guide takes maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. A video that is with special sound effects and all the fancy stuff that you can view all the time on my channel as well, simply have a look over there, might be taking a few hours depending on how long the video is, how much detail the video should have, the quality, you name it. I'd go with the answer of a quality video with a solid 30 minutes to up to 5 hours or even longer. Some take less, some take more. It's really hard to pin down.
Who's your favorite YouTuber and why?
My personal favorite YouTuber to just lean back is not necessarily even a YouTuber, as the person in question is, as a matter of fact, the developer of the game you see right now in the background, hot dogs, sausages and hand grenades, as he's just a chill and a humble guy to go around with. And he also tends to explain all the developer material from the game that way that non-developers can understand it as well. For an actual YouTuber, I don't necessarily have one. Sometimes I'm on one channel, sometimes on one another. It's always depending on the mood that I'm in, what I'm into for a period of time, or what really gets my attention. The closest that would bring me to say favorite YouTuber is Luke the Notable, as his gameplay is fast-paced, entertaining, and he also lets you see the progress he has made during his survival series. Next to him is Forrest Labs I tend to watch.
If you wouldn't do YouTube, what would you do instead?
Likely, I wouldn't do too much different stuff. I'd likely be with yet another developer group to work on servers for GarageMod, and or I would continue on my journey within modeling, level designing, and all the good stuff. As the part with YouTube kinda just came to my mind spontaneous as a few friends of mine and I rolled out a GTA 5 livestream and did the biggest mess of messes possible. I drive.
Actually gonna lose. You're not driving this bus. Whether it's gonna snow in hell before you drive this bus.
So yeah.
You ruined the door.
At least Clanny gets to drive. And no.
I didn't set them off apparently. Oh, never mind.
Yep.
I did.
I think they're on to you.
Oh.
Can you stop crashing into everything you see?
No. Oh my god, look at this dashboard though. That is a very nice dashboard, I'd say. And we have a full fuel tank, everyone.
So don't blow it
That's really nice.
Someone looks annoyed over there. Oh. Can you not? Oh.
Look at the road, man.
Dude, come on! In the scene you said we had a.
It was going so well.
We have a really nice car. The tank is full. We have a really nice. In just 2 minutes, and here we are again. The truck stuck between two palm trees. Oh my. Oh, you didn't have to drive to Mount Everest to lose the cops, man. It's 1 star.
Look at them. Look at them. Look at these guys. Look at this dude.
Oh,
Oh shit.
I'm not trying to hurt you.
Oh.
Where the hell are you?
Here.
You're still at the casino, dude. How far away are you?
I'm coming. I'm bringing friends along.
Help me. I'm stuck in the stream. I have nowhere to go.
Have you heard of Dr. Nefadia?
I'll be more unfair on this one. I have not. I looked it up multiple times, and I also had multiple tongue twisters while pronouncing that name.
Is Hypixel the only server you play on?
Here comes a big yes, but also a little bit of a no. I always play on hypixel. However, here's the thing that may seem a little bit controversial, as I also played on Skybounce. It's not too bad, however, as I always tend to say within our live streams that we do, when the tree sets the root, it's hard to move the tree. And on hypixel I essentially got everything established over there. Like I said, I did play on Skybounce, but it wasn't lasting for too long.
What is your favourite thing about Skyblock?
Now, this is a question I have to get a little bit more in depth. As the obvious applies, things change, updates come, you name it. My most favorite thing is doing a future dungeon runs with Forrest Meanie. Henceforth we have focused our recent streams more towards that category. However, as everyone knows, you cannot always just hop into there the moment you start playing. It's always changing. My favorite thing I used to do was farming, 24/7. This likely will also explain my current farming level being 51. And here again, that then turned into dungeons by slowly taking a grip of the dungeon mobs as well as the bosses that can get even a little bit addictive. But to grab the door by the handle, as of now, it's doing dungeon runs. This can always change if I should discover something new, or a new Skyblock update should be popping around the corner.
How many Australians live in Australia?
I don't know where that questioning came from, but I guess here we are. As of the last recording of 2022, a summed amount of about 26 million Australians live in Australia. The better question is though, how many Austrians live in Austria?
Have you achieved something in your life that's incredible?
Obviously, there are things I'm goddamn proud of myself, and I'd consider incredible. Starting off by learning 3D designing. This ranges from all sorts within a game engine called Source Engine, going from 3D modeling over to 3D level design, together with making friendships within people I genuinely wouldn't want to miss out on. Another thing is obviously also making my driver's license after leaving school, as well as doing my forklift license pretty much on the go.
Are you a dropout or did you finish school?
Fairly well said. I had a few complications in school, especially with, you'd be surprised, English, but I finished school successfully after a long amount of 11 years.
Why is your name Colonel Clanny?
This question I will break down into two parts, given that we have two questions in one. Colonel became a thing after one of my in-game characters was ranked to a Colonel within the security team in the so-called Black Mesa roleplay server, which I always took where I went. As a matter of fact, you can even see it on my Steam profile being big presented, Colonel Philip Dearmouth, which was the name of my first ever character, the chief of security within our roleplay. Clanny became a thing after I met my friends. First everyone started calling me Clan of 20, as that used to be my name within Steam, which then developed into Clanov. And after my friends thought that the additional "of" takes too long to pronounce, it turned for a short period of time to Clan. And eventually, people forgot my actual Steam name and didn't like calling me Clan anymore, so it turned from Clan to Clanny, which, to be more unfair, I really liked, and I went along with it. So the name everyone essentially knows me under comes from the laziness of my friends pretty much.
What keyboard and mouse do you use?
My current keyboard is a Trust Acer gaming keyboard, with all those fancy colors everyone has for some reason. My current mouse, if it does not break down during the production of this video that is a Trust ISA mouse that also has more lights than my car. Totally didn't look for that cardboard box for 30 minutes to tell you that.
When did you first play Minecraft? Well, when I was a little lad in 1974.
Whoa. I don't think Minecraft was out in 1974, Mark. After asking my friend, I'm fairly well certain that it has been 2018. Yet, we're still debating whether it was 2018 or 2019. Yet, I am the maker of this video, so I'm saying it's 2018. But genuinely speaking, I think it was 2018, as Minecraft back then still had the ugly nether around.
Do you enjoy playing Minecraft, or is it only about the views and followers?
After you have seen the clips from our GTA 5 stream we have done about March, I thought back then of getting started with Minecraft streams for fun, as I've never seen the Minecraft within the new added updates whatsoever. Now this may sound a little bit controversial yet again, but I'm mainly about establishing a non-toxic community after the communities I have been the co-owner of for the most of the time, which goes all the way back from 2013 till now. As well, not to forget the first part of the question, yes, of course I do enjoy playing Minecraft, as I love playing on hypixel Skyblock even outside of streams, to get myself established there over time.
What do you enjoy doing when you're not on your PC?
Quite a tough one, as I mostly hang around the PC. Not in terms of only playing games though. If I'm not on the PC, however, I do enjoy playing with my 3 rabbits I have. From feeding to luring to me with baits without even giving them the bait. Sometimes, which does occur rarely, I tend to watch TV if I have purchased a new film. Additionally, what I used to love doing is fishing with a friend of mine. That, however, doesn't occur too often nowadays neither.
When did you start modeling?
I started modeling about 7 years ago from this point on. On the day point I cannot provide, however I started modeling about late 2015. With my knowledge from that point on forward gradually increased within the years between then and now.
Your opinion about all YouTube?
Better than Twitch to be fair, as on YouTube it does not necessarily depend on the current viewers in order to be easier discovered, as that's unfortunately the way on Twitch. I do not like, however, that they removed the dislike feedback from YouTube. I know it's still there, but invisible on how many dislikes a video or livestream has. As after all, in my opinion, it is still user engagement at the end of the day.
Really? Tomatoes. Tomatoes, potatoes. Tomatoes, tomatoes.
Tomatoes, potatoes, you know my opinion. Melon.
What software do you use to produce videos?
Currently I'm using Shotcut. Easy to use, easy to understand, and the most important factor in my opinion, it's for free.
What's your favourite movie or film?
As of now, my favorite movie is a British action film which is called Kingsman: The Secret Service or Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Remember to stay hydrated, folks!
It's National Colonel Clanny Day. Never!
I was recording.
Oh, were you?
I don't think there is one. Let's make it the 32nd of December.
Are you ever gonna do an SMP again?
I do recall that this question has been asked a few times during our live streams, if not even within our Discord. Yet, I do recall my answer together within valid reasons. I'm not planning on opening an SMP again for two solid reasons. Thus being: 1. A hypixel SMP only permits 20 people at a time to be on that certain SMP invited. This does not mean in terms of 20 people being online, instead 20 people are being the absolute limit, which, as of now speaking, would cause probably a little bit of drama to the left and to the right in terms of I was here before user XYZ on your channel and all that. And given that my channel has currently over 400 subscribers, it would be not even 1/10 of the people I could invite. This would already include me, Mark and Meanie, meaning there'd be 17 slots remaining. Point number 2, aka secondarily, opening a SMP where people may only play for a few days and then it dies out, wouldn't make a lot of sense neither. Henceforth, I'm not planning on making an SMP again, unless it is legitimately for friends use only. As I have seen that some people haven't been on the SMP ever since August when I shut it down, which was during November.
Are you gonna vent? Are you Among Us imposter?
I guess that answers your question.
What's your current favourite game?
My current favorite game is mostly depending if you mean in terms of playing alone or playing with friends, as by then I'm going to cut this into 3 individual parts. Minecraft is my favorite game to play when I'm alone and when I play with friends, as well as when I'm live doing my typical shenanigans you probably have seen me do there. Only alone I tend to play a lot of Garry's Mod, as that is the game where I make my poses. The amount of poses I've done already are within the 4-digit numbers, and it's just giving me the chill. Now my favorite game with friends only is Phasmophobia. It is just that game to have fun with your friends all together.
What good things have you accomplished in gaming?
This is now a question I could extend for the rest of the video. Yet because I know I cannot list everything, I'm going to give you a few examples of what I've done, which starts easily off by my already mentioned developer part I've taken within Garry's Mod. Whether it be level design, 3D modeling, or anything alike. It's certainly one of the few things I think I've accomplished regarding gaming. Secondarily, my main accomplishments were that I always have built communities, reaching from already mentioned Black Mesa roleplay servers from 2013 as a moderator, administrator, developer, head staff member, and or even as co-owner from various servers. Until now, to this community we are all building together up, or better said, have been building up within the live streams we commence. Then I obviously met my friends within gaming and or different communities that I know for some instances longer than 5 to 10 years and still have communication with. And lastly, what comes to my mind right now is something I wouldn't have expected back then when I left school, while speaking English fluently, write English fluently, or swearing never mind that, but you essentially get my saying.
Do you have a favourite football team?
I'm not the biggest fan of football, no.
Oh, you pillock. Why do you like the military?
Back when I was within the security team within the Black Mesa roleplay server, we used to have a ranking system going from private to colonel, which were the United States Army ranks we use, which I kinda got attached to. And after some research, military models and map creations, I pretty much became a military fanatic over the past few years. And after a while went from the US Army over to the US Air Force, Marine Corps, to the Naval Forces, Coast Guard, and even more after the new branch the Space Force has released.
When is your birthday?
My birthday is the 1st of August.
How many questions will you answer in this video?
I will answer as many questions that have been asked within our Discord.
Who was the first person to join our Discord?
The first person that has joined the Discord was Meanie101, who is one of our active duty moderation members.
Oh, you're such a handsome young man. Can you give us a big smile?
Little piggy. Little piggy. Why are you always happy?
You see, I used to be within toxic communities in the past, which to some point became too much for my taste. This resulted me into seeing things differently, especially in terms of how I take things on. As well, I want to spread good mood around, as I for myself have had too many negative experiences with some people, whether it be real life or around the net. As well, the goal of all streams is to have people satisfied for a period amount of time. Forget about possible problems or issues. Just a short moment of a turn off function to escape the problems a little bit.
When did you get interested in becoming a YouTuber?
I have been the moderator on somebody else's YouTube channel, which after their initial shutdown of the channel and removal, kinda made me thought of a what if moment. So I started within YouTube by a little bit of inspiration, as well as a bit of spontaneous being.
Advice in life.
Go to school and enjoy it, as the times after are unfortunately not that easy. Don't count on everything working out fluently, simply because nothing can ever go fluently. And see things with a positive eye. And remember the good things.
When did you meet your moderators and how?
Now this is the question I love, so let's go a little bit in depth. We start off by Meanie, as he was the first person I have met back in the day, guarding a security checkpoint within Sector C, within already mentioned Black Mesa roleplay server. Me and a few members of my security team saw him the other day, being rather isolated from everybody. And we figured we'd pick him up as a member, who, to this point, I wouldn't have expected this kind of friendship to develop. Mark I have met on somebody else's channel actually, as we both were moderating on it. I was rather inactive, as I've been just given the rank and didn't even know what to do with it. However, Mark and I got into more contact as we have done our first livestream, being the GTA livestream I mentioned before, where he and somebody else have taken their time, to which I have asked him after the livestream if he'd like to be a moderator due to his previous experiences on various channels. This moderator position turned then also into a friendship. Puck I have met within the Man vs Machine lobby. As she had a birthday and a friend we had both had in common asked me if I'd like to tag along. I did not know her back then, so didn't really make too much of a fuss about it. Until at some point she wrote to me Sinner, which is a related word to Far Cry 5. And after she told me that a multiplayer function exists within Far Cry 5, we played it together, which by then, a very well friendship has also developed over a short period amount of time.
Have you injured yourself seriously?
Not really. I never got myself into a fight or have broken myself anything. Obviously, a few scratches are always happening, yet it was never actually something serious.
Do you currently have a job?
Currently I do not, however, that's where the forklifting license comes into play as it increases my chances.
Have you ever thought of quitting YouTube?
I have not thought of quitting YouTube, as I do it as my hobby and I enjoy doing it. And even if I were to stop being active around YouTube, it'll still not mean that I will quit it, as video productions and live streams are just something that bring joy to me.
How many hours do you play Minecraft in a week?
That's really depending on what I'm into. Sometimes I grind the living hell out of Minecraft, but then there are other days where I might do something that takes 10 minutes and log off for the rest of the day. Overall, it may be a few hours when I'm not feeling too much like it, but then again, there are days when I'm just in Minecraft.
Why are you a colonel and not a lieutenant or something?
Back in old times within the Black Mesa roleplay server, I used to be in a group that was not mine, where I started as a captain and rather quickly got promoted to a major. Then it became a lieutenant colonel after months of dedication, and at some point we also promoted people to the rank of a lieutenant colonel, which where we decided to involve the rank of a colonel, so other people had the easier time identifying the leaders of their group.
What's your favorite meal?
Without a second thought, it's easily potato spout, as well as ground meat bun with onions.
Did you have past names?
Not really, besides the ones I've already mentioned before.
Are you going to answer this question in the video?
Probably.
What games are nostalgia to you?
Before I get into this question, you may have realized that the audio has changed. Unfortunately, my microphone decided to let me down, so I had to change it. Different microphone, yet it's still me. Smash like, everybody. There are many games that serve well nostalgia to me. One of them is easily, without thinking twice about it, Black and White. A simulation game where you are the role of a god and you have to build up and or liberate villagers and make them believe into your mightiness. We actually did a live stream about it a long time ago. Secondarily, there was Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. We all know Star Trek, yet back then, this game has served an audience that was very large. Mind you, obviously games evolved over the past 2 decades, so obviously now no one will play it unfortunately. Then there are various other games such as Mafia 1, City of Lost Heaven, 13, Turok, Serious Sam The First Encounter, Half-Life 1, the Fallout genre, as well as the first generations of the Elder Scrolls and the Curse of Monkey Island. Frankly said, there are a lot of games that are very old, yet are still luckily available. Others unfortunately not too much though.
Do you watch Netflix? If, what is your favorite type of movies?
I do, and as a matter of fact, I love watching series such as The Walking Dead or Space Force. Generally, I love watching comedies as a whole.
Bedwars or Skywars?
I enjoy both pretty much.
Are you going to do a face reveal?
Likely not, as I didn't think about it. As well, nowadays problem is that many people judge by how a person looks rather than how they are.
Will you do another Portal Stories mail stream?
Maybe. I genuinely started focusing my channel on Minecraft related things. However, things may change. I don't promise upon stuff I cannot foresee.
What was your goal when you started YouTube?
My goal, as I have mentioned already, was building up a community that builds itself within the time. From members recommending the community to others, as well as doing community gameplays altogether.
Do you have the Fortnite Battle Pass?
I'll be more than fair, I don't have any interest into playing Fortnite.
What do you think will happen with the channel in the future?
I think that the channel will be able to build up a community without toxicity, as neither I, Mark, Meanie or Puck would even tolerate it in the first place. As the channel, as well as the community, always has the possibility of playing something together even if we shouldn't be able to play.
When did you make your first model?
My first 3D creation happened late December 2015. Consisting out of a Half-Life 2 rebel wearing shorts and a t-shirt together with sneakers. This then pretty much developed over time where even juggernauts, US generals and many more started to wear shorts with sneakers. As a matter of fact, you can even see right now my Minecraft character who wears a pair of shorts and sneakers, as it kinda became a thing of my Steam profile. And I mean, Doesn't it just look ridiculous? I love it.
Do you have or had any part-time jobs?
I used to work sub for a taxi company that also did accept jobs from DHL, which I have been part of for more than 2 years, including typical import and export, work at the depot of mentioned company. Other than that, no more, as jobs are really hard to get from where I live.
How many videos have you not made? Seriously, Clanny.
There are few things where I've put into consideration of not making a video, as it probably wouldn't have served any purpose to make it in the first place. However, most of the videos that I wanted to do are currently available within my YouTube channel, so make sure you give those a check out after the Q&A.
Why is Hypixel your favorite server?
Simple answer. It was the first server I have joined, and then discovered that it pretty much has everything, including of upcoming games, mini games, and everything else within the future. And needless to say, Skyblock, as I got everything over there, know most of the stuff, and it wouldn't make a lot of sense if I were to move to another server now, and leave all of my progress I made so far behind.
Why does your Minecraft character have no mouth?
I don't know, to be fair. Back then my first Minecraft character was a recreation of Philip Demuth, the individual who is a colonel in red camouflage shorts, a red camouflage shirt, as well as blonde hair, who neither had a mouth. Then his brother kinda took over the channel, and he neither had a mouth. And if I were to add the 2 pixels, it already would look weird if you ask me. So, better make him shut up.
What makes you a madman at farming in Skyblock?
Given this question has been asked me as I was a farmer back then, I still know the answer. I simply enjoyed it. It is active doing without just standing still, including Jacob's contests. See what my possible limits are within the numbers of harvested materials within 20 minutes.
What inspires you to continue your YouTube career?
Nothing really inspires me. It is just fun for me to experiment, to be fair. As well as learning new stuff. As I just started within YouTube, I didn't know anything about video production, nor editing, and I had to learn it all on my own, which quite frankly I'd say turned out to be relatively successful, or at least I hope it is.
What was the first game you have played?
Quite a tough one. I don't genuinely know what my first ever game was that I played, as I kinda grew up on the computer, but the blur memories that I remember or that I have in mind are either Half-Life 1, 13 or Mafia 1 City of Lost Haven.
What inspired you to start with YouTube?
Again, nothing really inspired me, as the term inspiration doesn't really fit in. However, you've seen our GTA 5 clips, then you probably have already participated within our games in Minecraft, or Phasmophobia. The rest I'll let you figure out.
What are your top 3 favorite games?
My top 3 favorite games, I love that question. Number 1 is easily Underhill, together with Garry's Mod. This is where I have gained my developer knowledge from. Here the term inspiration fits really in, as it did inspire me to become a developer myself, including level design, 3D modeling, etc. Number 2 is Minecraft. I just love the flexibility you have to your disposal, including what you're able to build, as well as what you can do within a single session of Minecraft, whether it be Minecraft hardcore servers or just casual gameplay. Number 3 is Phasmophobia. It is just the game to play with your friends, especially since most of the people think that always the same kind of stuff will happen every gameplay, right? Well, you'd be wrong, as anything could happen, over time, anytime. And I also shouldn't forget hot dog socials and hand grenades. I mean, hey, I'm into guns and we got a gameplay running in the background. Would be a little bit controversial, wouldn't it?
What is your least favorite thing to do in YouTube?
Thumbnails. Just thumbnails. Just that. Thumbnails. Thumbnails.
What inspired you to become a YouTuber?
I pretty much recall my previous answer, and I put that into the same place. Nothing really has inspired me.
Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis device?
No.
Do you have any hidden talents?
If they are hidden talents, I likely wouldn't know about it. Yet, all my talents you can view on my Steam profile, if you're fancy knowing what my talents are.
What is your favorite thing about Minecraft?
My favorite thing about Minecraft is simply the flexibility of what you're able to do. As in Minecraft, whatever you think you cannot do, you actually can. Whether it be with or without mods. Secondarily, my most favorite thing is that there are still things I don't know about. I'm just gonna say cobblestone generator.
Mog is Pog.
Poggers.
How did you become interested in weapons?
I got interested in guns just a few years ago, you'd be surprised, as I've received a very magnificent game called Hot Dog Socials and Hand Grenades from a friend who also screen shared his gameplay the other day. And even right now, as you're watching this video, you can see me handling a Python revolver as well as a Heckler & Koch XM08. And ever since I got into weapons, I just love saying when watching or playing something, oh well, that's a X or Y Z, using ammunition type ABC with attachment DEF, you know the drill. Yet my first interest actually spiked as my main character Philip Demuth, mentioned Chief of Security, was wielding a Python revolver to his duty times and still is, to this very day. And there you have it, folks. I hope I have answered all of your questions. In case if I have not, or you have a connected question as I've mentioned at the beginning of the video, hop into our Discord, into the hashtag question and answers section, and throw your questions down below. Also smash like! You do me a massive favor by simply doing so. Until then, I shall see ya when I see ya, not too early and not too late.